recorded started. So here we go. I'm Belinda Foster, tonight's host, and we're going to talk about the opportunity with Isagenix because it provides solutions that transform lives. And tonight I want to ask you what life would have been like had you thought differently, or if you started thinking differently now. And I really went and did some soul searching. I don't know if it happens to different people at different ages of their life, but for me, the older I got, as I moved into my late 40s and early 50s, I started taking an assessment going, all right, how did I get here? Did I make all these choices? And this pretty much described my day. It was just pretty stressful. I was in the mortgage banking industry, and if anybody's in that industry, it can relate to any type of deadlines and pressure, paperwork, board meetings, cubicles, fluorescent lights, and then even working from home, there was a point where it was just still a lot of paperwork, a lot of pressure, and I was spending my whole life working, and it just hit me, when does this stop? Like, when do I ever get to coast? And I don't want to wait till I'm 65, 70 years old. So this was kind of the assessment that I was doing, but I really invite you to do that with your life. Like, if every day you wake up and you're so thrilled, enjoyed, and just over the top, you absolutely love what you do, you're completely a blessed person. So just know that so many people aren't, and even if you are, there's still additional opportunities. So when we invite you to think differently and be open to opportunities, then this includes creating additional revenue streams of income other than trading your time for dollars, because so many of our hours of our life are spent at work. And for me and many people, the statistics show that so many of us really have our heads in the sand, and we're not quite where we know is necessary to be financially, especially as we move forward in our years, and all the dreams and things that we want to do, the travel, whatever is on your bucket list, or whatever you want to just live every day as a bucket list. So that's kind of what brings me here, and why I love presenting this opportunity, is because I was like, well, why can't I live my ideal life? Like, nobody's stopping me from it. I'm born with greatness. We all have greatness, and I have great work ethic, and I want to be healthy. I just really want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And so for any of you who are already on the products and the Isagenix system, then you know that we have solutions to transform lives and really make a difference in health and wellness. And it's definitely not at all about weight loss. It's truly about building the healthiest bodies, immune systems. And for me, this is what happened to me. I just was seeking something that could completely just give me some of the relief I was looking for sleeping better, and just not as stressed, and for getting my body back where it needed to be. And so these were my results. So I was pretty much hooked. And then I started paying attention to how many people were drawn to health and wellness and organic, natural. There's so much like detoxing now. It's pretty common. You remember the day where nobody had even understood what a detox is, but now you go on the internet, on Facebook, any social media, TV, it's like that's just the whole buzz, any health food store. So I really started appreciating what happened with Isagenix and getting into the science behind it. And if anybody wants to know more about that, we do a webinar on Thursdays, not every Thursday, but we can let you know, and we also have some recordings so you can learn more about the product. So tonight is about the opportunity with Isagenix and what we offer. And for me, this is now my life. I decided to start sharing what I was using and loving every day, what shifted and changed my life. And now this is my office. And so I work from bed. There's days where I'm just so productive I don't even have to get out of bed, because I'm really using social marketing, media, I'm connecting with people, sharing, and I look at this as a very serious thing, and that is to change lives, because we are on a mission to change and free people from physical and financial pain. And so tonight I'm going to talk about the financial, because the physical is just a no-brainer, and this is a life sciences leading edge nutraceutical company. And so, like I said, this is now what I'm doing, and I get to spend more time with my friends and family. This is about residual income, and so that's money that comes in while you're doing what you love. And so if you're going to look at an opportunity, you kind of want to consider some criteria, right? Like, what kind of business do I want to go into? So you might want to look at market trends, and then from those market trends, figure out what our solutions are for market trends, and then from there, what is your opportunity within the solutions that we offer to the market trends that's showing demand and need, and then who would you be partnering with? So that's what we're going to look at tonight. So let's look at the market trends. Number one, I always like to talk about, because it is such a big trend, is the global demand for weight loss. And considering diets have a 98% failure rate, this is just this robust churning industry that people are never giving up. They're always trying something new. They're always looking for, the holy grail to weight loss. And it's a $672 billion industry with a 98% failure rate. And we know that with what we offer, it's not a weight loss. It's a system that people can very easily integrate and actually accomplish their goal of weight loss while building a healthy immune system, getting healthy, getting all the nutrients, the minerals, everything in their body, getting the toxins out of their body at a cellular level. And so we address that. It's hard to believe that like 7 out of 10 people in North America are considered overweight or obese. And if you know anything about obesity, it really leads to so many other diseases, from heart disease to diabetes and so many other, even cancer. So that's why this is a significant issue. So weight loss. Another one is the fitness industry, sports and performance. So have you noticed that gyms are everywhere? They've always been around for quite a while, but now you're just seeing such an even greater explosion, say CrossFit, yoga. There's just so many different modalities for the fitness industry, and we address that as well. So we have fitness focused products. And then of course global aging, anti-aging globally, that market's expected to reach 285 billion. And a lot of what's driving a lot of these markets are the baby boomers, and that obviously their health and aging is a big concern, but also with the young people, just with the image perception, all the apps to put makeup on us and the girls, and you can slenderize yourself, and it's just all the magazines, the models, and there's just that's kind of always been that situation. So more and more and more people are very interested in global anti-aging products, from the inside out to the topical and skincare. And so we also have solutions for that. And then there's wealth creation. There's the need for money, with so many people having to receive government assistance, having to get second jobs, and retiring and still having to get second jobs even after they've worked 30 and 40 years, and they can't live off their fixed income. Healthcare is rising, taxes are always going up, but it's not just your state tax and your federal tax. There's like just so many municipality taxes and regional taxes, and just debt is truly a problem in this country as a whole. And in many countries globally, there's a lot of poverty. So the need for money is a very, very big need. And so that's really what we're going to talk about and focus on tonight, because money and work are primary stresses for 76% of people, based on a psychological association survey. And how many people do you know that are always stressed at work, and they spend their life at work? They don't get to spend life doing what they want to do, when they want to do, with people they want to do it with. And truly, if it was our last day where we all wake up on this earth and we say, hey, I'm going to go to my office, and so many of us wouldn't. So, just imagine that you're in a trend of all of these things with one company, and that you can provide all these solutions. And that's really what Isagenix is offering you, are solutions to these trends that I've just outlined. And to summarize them again, it's weight loss, energy, performance, fitness category, healthy aging, and wealth creation. And so when you get into the products, and again, we have a product webinar that details this, but you just cannot get a better company than Isagenix as far as integrity, all the millions of dollars we do on research and testing of raw materials, and making sure it's free of heavy metals and toxins, and that it's 100% pure, and of course gluten-free, soy-free, chemical-free, artificial flavoring-free, all of that. And so if you have questions about about that or you'd like more information, you can go to isoproduct.com or isagenix.com or isagenixhealth.net and learn more about our products and what goes into the research and why we offer what we offer. Even a Nobel Prize winning discovery on aging brought to us as the formulator, and what some of those solutions are, such as our shakes, and why they're a complete meal replacement with everything that the body needs, a true meal replacement with undenatured protein, our Cleanse for Life, which is the world's only head-to-toe cellular full body cleanse that supports what happens during the body's natural detoxing of intermittent fasting, and just truly what happens to the cells when they're cleansed and how that affects our immune system. And then of course nature's answer to stress and the lack of minerals that we are experiencing in our food now, with 84.21% of the nutritional value of our food gone, and that could include organic, and with 90 to 95% of our bodies functioning based on minerals. So here's our answer to minerals as well as to stress with nature's adaptogens. And then of course with aging, with our Ageless Essentials, which are your antioxidants, and then the product B, and that product B addresses telomeres and how our DNA and our aging and everything's really all right there at the tips of our cells, of our chromosomes, and in the cellular replication. And so this addresses that issue as well. And so many more products. I really invite you to check that out. And we've got plenty of clinical studies, arm's length, independent researchers. Here's where we were tested against the doctor-recommended heart healthy study, long-term and short-term test, another one done, another study, clinical study done by Skidmore College. And just know that, as far as a disclaimer, any income that I talk about tonight, which is tonight's focus on the opportunity, but I do want to touch on what you would be doing within the opportunity and the demand for that, that all of these statements don't need to be evaluated by the Food and Drug, because this is nutrition. It's simply food, if you want to look at it that way, herbs and minerals and so forth. And whatever descriptions that I give as far as people's results or money that they've earned, all that's individual, right? It depends on what you do with the system and how well you use it and adopt the lifestyle changes, everything from, breathing and yoga and some exercise and just eating clean and healthy. And that's what we love about the system, is that it really integrates in someone's life, but just works at such a profound level, and lots of different results. And we have an IsaBody challenge. We have special athletes and Olympians and World Series and World Games, former pro ballers, you name it. So this is quite an exploding industry with health and wellness, the baby boomers, the millennials. It's something everybody wants, something everybody is desiring. And so now let's talk about wealth creation, because that is the focus for tonight. I love Robert Kiyosaki, who everybody might remember from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then the book The Business of the 21st Century. And I love this statement: the richest people in the world look for and build networks, and everyone else looks for work. And it's so true. There's nothing wrong with building a network and doing business with people that you like, who are like-minded, who support you, you support them. And there's nothing wrong with the business model of moving products, goods, and services directly from the manufacturer to the consumer. And that's the new model of the 21st century that he's talking about. And when you do that, and when you understand what network marketing is and what it's not, it is different than a pyramid scheme. Those are illegal, and it's different than multi-level. Those are all different. So this is what we're here to talk about, is truly the network marketing industry, and what a huge industry this is, and it continues to grow. And so what's beautiful about this is the residual income aspect, and that's where you continue to earn, and you can earn off of a team and leverage off the work of many people. And so what is wealth, right? Wealth's the number of days that you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living. And so if you've got X dollars in expenses per month and so much in savings, if something were to happen and you weren't able to show up at your job, or continue to punch the clock or work for someone else, and that went on for more than a few days or a week or however much time you were allowed off, then eventually you would lose your job. And so your wealth is truly only as long lasting as your savings and what your expenses are per month. And so that's why the best kind of income, whether you do this or not, or you figure out another way to create passive residual income, like you may have rental properties, you may have some sort of arrangement where you forevermore make some money on something. That's great. That's what you want. That's what interest is on money in the bank. You want residual income, and you want to grow that. You want that to be the largest proportion of your time is spent creating income that reoccurs. So back to network marketing, why this is such a great area to consider creating your wealth in residual income is because worldwide sales are over 182 billion. The health and beauty dominate the direct sales industry, and there's no limit. With our company, there is no limit to the earning potential, whereas in certain models of multi-level, there's breakaway, you lose points and so forth. But just know that if you absolutely love these products and what they do and they change your life, and you start sharing, maybe just to get your products for free before you know it, people are asking, and you've kind of got this little cottage business organically growing, and that's what happened to me. And when I learned that there's no limit, I'm like, I can make $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million. They're like, yeah, there's no limit. You can just keep going. Well, I was also very blown away with the world-class partnership with over, we've got 14 years of financial stability, no debt, we're privately owned, and just what a beautiful mission to truly change lives. And the owners have a network marketing experience. Kathy Cooper has always been on the front lines like we are, and she's always risen to the top as a #1 income earner, and her husband Jim is known for turning companies like this around, or creating companies that were able to be very profitable, because they're really about the people, and they're really about what's best for the associate. And to know that I have Dr. John Anderson, who is just a world-renowned master mineral man formulator. He is the brains behind, along with our scientific panel of experts, of so many of our products. And then we have Eric Cooper, which is the son of Jim and Kathy, because this is a legacy company. So right now, I have to update the slide. We're number 22 globally in the world, and we're also, we have hit 4 billion in cumulative sales, and we're just touching kind of billion a year. And considering we've never advertised, so we take 50%, up to 50% of the sales of this company off the top and give it back to the people, because we don't have to advertise, because we don't need to. So this is our vision: to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest health and wellness company in the world, and more 6- and 7-figure income earners as well. And we're doing it. We are a real global company. We have 14 countries and counting, and big international expansion plans. We have all the tools. So if you were to start a company, think about it. You'd have websites to build, and designers to hire, and probably photographers and content writers and social media experts and trainings. You'd have to do the bookkeeping. You got to ship stuff out. You've got to return things. You've got to have customer service. All this is already intact for you. We completely give you the tracks to run on, and you just get in and you start driving. So again, any earnings representation that I discuss here is really just going to be based on you and each individual, and how much time, how passionate you are, how many hours you put into this, and how you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and start sharing. And so how does this work? I mean, everybody is going to want to use the products and be a product of the product, because that's what we believe in, is integrity. And if these products change your life, then you can't help but naturally talk about them. And so people will ask you. You become a walking billboard. A little bit of both happened to me. People are like, what are you doing? And I was like, man, I've just had this physical breakthrough. I feel like I just woke up. I'm no longer in a fog, and I lost 20 pounds, and I feel amazing. I really did. I could not stop talking about it. And so I started sharing the system and the products, and what happened was some people, just want to use the products, which is cool. But I started identifying people that said, hey, I really want to create some residual income from this, because there's not a more beautiful thing than the marriage and combination of helping save lives, change lives, get people healthy, and rewarding everybody who pays this forward. And so the way this works with the opportunity is when you introduce someone to Isagenix, we're going to give you upfront money. And that's done in something called product introduction bonuses, rank advancement bonuses, and new consultant bonuses. When you first start in network marketing, you're going to spend more time, as with anything. You know, you start a new job, new training, you shadow for a while. It's going to be a while before you have the skill set of someone who might have spent more time, investment into the knowledge area. So what's beautiful about this is that you've got lots of team members who are very skilled, and so they will help you, but you will spend that time just getting the skill set, contacting your friends, and helping the people that you bring on to do the same thing. And so at first the money is like not this huge amount of money, because that's not how this works. It accumulates over time, and so then what you notice here is that the more time that you put in up front, over time, notice that you're putting in less time towards the end, but that's where the money and the geometric progression and some of those terms that I'd never really used and leverage, that's where that kicks in. So I'll go into this a little bit. So when you first start and you introduce someone to Isagenix, chances are you know several people, many people who want to lose weight or they want to add muscle. Maybe they're fitness professionals, they are CrossFitters, they compete, they're professional sports, personal trainers, or they're seniors, they're young people looking for opportunities, they're senior citizens looking for opportunities. So there's always someone, lots of people in those categories. And so when you first introduce Isagenix to them, which means you just help them set up their own online wholesale account, when they order a starting month pack, a qualifying pack is what we call it, then you will receive a thank you. It's a referral. We call it a product introduction bonus, and that's to thank people for trying Isagenix. And it's different here depending on what system, and these are the most common top 4 systems. Double PIBs is if you enroll more than one people or sponsor more than, one person in a week. And a week runs Monday through Sunday. So Monday morning through Sunday at 11 o'clock p.m. Well, a double PIB just means maybe somebody you helped in the same week ordered a President's Pack, and maybe somebody else ordered a basic getting started pack, and so you made 80 times 2, because we're going to double it because you did 2 people in 1 week, so you get 160, and then we double the 25, and that's how that works. So that's your fast cash. We also give you bonuses each time you rank advance or reach our next level of achievement. And that is where you've shared now with 2 people, so you're now a consultant, and then you've helped them share. Now you're a manager and then director and executive. And so if I go into this, you'll see more detail where these bonuses, especially if you do them in your first 60 days or 120 days, that we will give you a lot of money very fast, because we understand that in the network marketing model, which is really like the 4-year career, you're going to spend a lot of your time just kind of getting established, being consistent, getting the word out, and working this like a business, like any business that you would start up. Most businesses don't even break even for the first year or 2 or 3. We know that, so we go ahead and give you money up front fast just for telling people about something that you love and use every day. So the way that we talk about this is you plus 2, and then help them get to people who would love to have these solutions, and all you're doing is sponsoring them. All right, so let's say this is you, and you are going to tell your friend, Susie, and another friend, Bob, about this wonderful opportunity, the product, whatever the solutions are that they're seeking. And let's just say that both Susie and Bob decided to order a President's Pack, which is our best-selling #1 of the option starting pack. Well, each time you bring somebody on and they order a President's Pack, for example, so Susie ordered one, then you would make $80, and Bob happens to order one too, or any pack, but let's say he went with the President's Pack, well, you would get $80 for Bob as well. But if you did those in the same week, then those double. So now you've made 160 for Susie, 160 for Bob, and you're at $320. And this is called U plus 2. One person on your left and one person on your right, because you're building 2 teams. One of these teams is a team that many people are already on, and then you will start. So you're going to be added to a team, you'll be joining a team, and you will start your own team. So now you have $320. Also, that's considered as having achieved our first level of achievement. We call it consultant. So when you come in, you're an associate or preferred customer, but by the time that you shared, you have one left, one right, you're a consultant, because you're consulting now. You're teaching people what you've learned. And so there's a $50 bonus, so that's $370. All right, now here's what's going to happen. You're going to help U plus 2, your 2 people, help them sponsor 2 people and share this great solution opportunity. And so now what you have is you have the 370, but each time you create a consultant, so Susie just became a consultant, Bob just became a consultant, we're going to give you $100 each time for the first 10 people that you help rank advance to that level of achievement to do the same thing you just did, is to invite 2 people. So Susie got invited 2 people, Bob invited 2 people, and you make $100 for each person. So now you're at $570, but you also just reached our next level of achievement, and this is how easy this is. So now it's you plus 2, them plus 2, so you're now Crystal Manager. And Crystal, because you did this within 60 days of starting, so we're going to give you this added bonus. So we really encourage to just get the word out and share this with people, because they're looking for solutions. They're praying for these kind of solutions. All right, so now we're at $820, right? And so you're going to do this 4 more times. So you're going to create 6 consultants. So you've got Susie and Bob as a consultant, and then now you've enrolled Jane and helped her, and you've enrolled Eric and helped him, and you've enrolled Amanda over here, and you've enrolled Brian over here, and then you've helped them get there too. So you now have created 6 consultants. So remember, because you already had 2, you got $100 for each one of those. Now you've created 4 more for a total of 6, so that's where the $400 is coming from. And assuming the 4 additional people that you created consultants also did the President's Pack, then now you are at a total of, with the you plus 2, them plus 2, and then you repeat that, and you have 6 people, 6 consultants. You now hit another level of achievement. So instead of 2 consultants as a manager, you now have 6 consultants, and you are a director. And if you do that within 120 days of your enrollment day, then you get a $750 bonus. And so now your total within 120 days is $2,610. Now you can do that in a week. I just shared where someone made several $1,000s their very first week, because they just went out and told everybody, hey, I'm going to start the system, and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, and if you don't like it for any reason, you get your money back. But in the meantime, let's just let everybody test it and try it and change if this changes our bodies and our life, and it does. And so that's how you can come out of the gate very quickly. So here's where we are. You had 6 consultants. Just get 4 more for a total of 10. And now, again, with the consultant bonus for creating consultants, and you had 4 more people added to the 6, so that's how you came up with 10. You got, say, 5 consultants left, 5 consultants right, and you did this within 180 days and get this $1,000 bonus, you would be at $4,050. So this is just an example of what we can do. And then once you're executive, it really opens up the allowance of flow to you for the opportunity on the income side, because you get a 10% match There's leadership pools, there's holiday bonus pools, but you get a 10% match by all of your teams and everybody that they're adding, and as they continue growing and sharing, and this just really starts to be a lot of leverage where everybody's earning a little bit off of each other. So everybody on this leg's all earning off of each other, this leg's earning off of each other, and it's all rolling up to you. But guess what? You're showing them how to do the exact same thing. And we only are successful financially if we help our brother, if we help our sister. And what a beautiful model. It should be that way. It shouldn't be that somebody works their whole life so one corporation could get very wealthy, or one person can be very, very wealthy. It should be everybody's efforts pays everybody a beautiful return, and that's what this is about. And that's why I love this model. It's a beautiful model. So what I like about this is that what we offer is emotional, right? When you're changing lives, consumable, people have to have it every month, and then just the power now of earning off their orders. So there's so many wealth building promotions in addition that we do to the double product, the double PIBs, and the coaching bonuses, and you know, the rank advancement, level of achievement bonuses. So I just wanted to touch on that. So there's just so many ways that you can get paid with the power of these two teams that you're building. And so now here's the residual income part. So what I just went over was the cash, the fast cash, and some of the bonuses received over time once you hit certain levels of achievement. Well, the residual part is the real money. That is that money that you just make while you're sleeping, and that is money that you get paid every time people order on the internet products that they love every single month, and you'll just start getting paid money when people order. And it works on a point system. So each time people put in orders, the orders equate to a certain point value, and we call those business volume points. And so once you've accumulated 600 points on one side and 300 on the other, it doesn't matter which side, then that equals 900 points, and 900 points equals one cycle. And one cycle pays you $54 in the United States, $60 in Canada. And so it may not seem like a lot, but man, these points just start accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. And before you know it, you've got thousands of points accumulating and paying out. It's like a slot machine. Every 600, 300, 300, 600, it's like you cycled. So you can cycle, guys, up to 250 times a week, which is $13,070 a week, over $700,000 a year. And before you know it, you can be making $2,000, $3,000 a week. You might just be making $100 a week to start. But who could not appreciate $4 or $5 extra $100 a week? At least get your products paid for, and really you're just redirecting money you were already spending anyway. And so a lot of that you're just buying from yourself, and that's why this is just a beautiful model. But there's really no limit. And going back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know, this quadrant's just a powerful quadrant. Most people are on the left side in the left upper corner as employees. In fact, 95% of the people are in that left side. And so, and we all start there, and it's a great training ground, and some of us are really just excellent employees, and we've done so much greatness in what we do and our professions, and we would not change that. So this is not about always replacing what you do, but just looking for additional streams of income, so that at some point when you don't want to punch the clock, or you want to get out of the business as an employee that you're in, you've got other income, and you're not having to make decisions just derived from the fact that that's the only income you have, so you don't have another choice, right? And so from there, people often say, well, I want to start a small business. But a lot of times, small business, especially brick and mortar, you have to wear all the hats. It's a big business risk, investment, a lot of upfront money, high potential of failure the first few years, and so we know that that model can be very stressful as well, and you've got to wear a lot of hats, right? You've got to be the janitor, the accountant, you got to do the marketing, you've got to be customer service, and you got to do the sales. So small businesses are wonderful. It's really what has built so much of America, and how these businesses became large. But they became large and they moved into big business because they started using leverage. You know, if you start a landscaping company and you're the guy that does all the yards every day, but now you've got so much business that you could actually hire people and pay them to mow the yards and to weed eat, and then you could upcharge that a little bit because of the quality of your service and the product and the value and everything that you bring, the integrity, you show up, you do a great job. Then that's kind of, you know, where big business gets born, and that's all about leverage. It's using the time and the talent and the energy of other people, and you earning and them earning off of you in the network marketing business. So it's not one-sided. They earn off of you as well. And then you've got investment, and that's truly like when you make a lot of money. Now, let's say you made $100,000 a month. You got to be very savvy at investing this. You might want to try to spend it all, but there's going to be a point where you truly now can let your money, even your money, be leveraged. And so that's what this is about. So that's what big business uses. That's what this model is based on right out of the gate, is that there's only so many hours in a day, and when you trade your time for dollars and you only make X dollars per hour, you've just limited how much money you will ever make, right? And so if you could find a way, and that's what this offers you, where you could have 10, 20, 40, 80, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000 people all on your team, and everybody's earning a little bit off of everybody in some capacity, that is where the sky is the limit, and that is a beautiful model. And so that's just, even if you just like found 4 people that really wanted to lock arms to do the business, and everybody else said, I just want to use the products, it doesn't matter. You still earn money off of people using the products, and they can do the same and earn money off of people they share with using the products. But if somebody ever really wants to lock arm and be a business builder, and even if they've just found 4 builders in a year, right? Like they've enrolled a lot of people, sponsored a lot of people. They found 4 people like you, 4 people like me who found their 4 people, who found their 4 people, then you know, your residual income could really start growing. Like look at year 4, you know, by that point you would have 1,024 people, even at just a minimum $5 a day order, and most people order way more than that. They order several hundred BB. BB being the business volume assigned to the product points, the product. So even at after year 4, at minimum order, then the residual could be as much as $8,000 a month. In year 5, it could be as much as $32,000 a month. So guys, never give up in this model. If it was meant to be get rich quick, it wouldn't be probably a legitimate model. And that's not what this is about. This is a model that over time pays a very large payoff if you continue. And so remember I was talking about the cycles, and you could cycle, for every 1 cycle you make $54. Well, when you're to the point that you're cycling, you know, 10 times a week, 20, 30, 40, 60, 100, 150, then we give it a title, you know, you're 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. And so as you can see, you could go up to 8-star, 250 cycles a week. That's $702,000 to $839,000 a year. And then you get to re-enroll yourself at the top and start your second million, basically, and you can keep going. So again, this is the beauty of geometric progression, where at first, right, it looks like, okay, I'm spending a lot of time, not a whole lot of money, but all of a sudden as your team just mushrooms and everybody's earning off of everybody and keeps telling, like, if you know, if you got 2 people telling 2 people versus 200 people telling 200 people, that's when you hit this geometric progression. And your only inventory is your food, like you're eating your food. So that's the crazy part of this, is your vitamins and minerals and your meal replacement shakes, your cleanse, your detox support, all of that you're doing anyway. So the keys to success is that you guys have a strong management team, all the way from corporate to whatever team you're on. There's mentors in your group, such as myself and Casey and Cindy and Wendy and Kwan and Lindsay, just to name the Boggs, the Kramers. There's just so many amazing people that are here to mentor you. And then and Jamie Taylor, I could just, gosh, I don't want to leave anybody out. It's always the danger when you start naming names, because we just have such amazing professional people who have just completely understood and adopted this great model. But and to know that we've got products that everyone needs in their body, which great results. Best compensation plan of any of the companies that are out there doing this by far, and the best training support, the timing and position. I've shown you the industry trends and where this is going. And guys, we're just like massively hitting momentum, and we're at 186 millionaires already, and so many multiple six-figure income earners. But look, if you just want to earn a few $100s a week or a month, you decide. It's not anybody ever going to pressure you into this. That's the beauty of this, is if you're a bootstrap kind of person, if you're going to do the work, if you're going to make the sacrifice like the law of sacrifice talks about, that when you focus on something, you're going to have to let maybe something else go. If you want to do that, if you anywhere can do that, or just your drive time, your commute to work, make your car a mobile library. We have podcasts, videos, webinars, recordings. Like, you're never going to be left out if this is something you want. The fact that we have e-commerce, social media, things go viral, the word travels fast. Pictures tell 1,000 words, right? Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Zoom, GoToMeeting. Just the fact that we're duplication, the support, the best in research development. I just can't say enough about this company. We even do wealth consciousness and abundance and mindset training. So personal development and growth is really huge. If you're not vested somewhere in your life in personal and spiritual growth and development, then really you want to consider that, because Isagenix is about balanced living. So back again to the opportunity. There's just so many ways to get paid. There's so many ways to get started. There's a system for everybody to meet your budget. And just to summarize things now, Richard Branson, I love this saying: if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. Because don't we do that on jobs? You get hired for a job and you're like, oh my God, I just got this job. My resume looked a little bit better than probably what my skill set is going to do here. And so you just fake it till you make it. I mean, we do that all the time. People, we don't say things we don't know, but what's beautiful about this opportunity is you've got mentors. And so all you have to know is somebody's phone number or plug in, get the information. We've got all the tools ready for you, and you get to earn as you learn. How beautiful is that? And so guys, I really appreciate you coming tonight. I mean, Isagenix truly is here to give you this opportunity. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to just chat or give any input that you want to. I'm going to unmute the lines in case anybody wants to comment. Okay, so the lines are unmuted if anybody wants to chime in. Hey, Chris Whitson, thanks a lot. Glad you got to tune in. Deanna, Linda, Robin, Claire, all you guys, we're so grateful. Let's see who else we have. Cheryl, Ann. Okay, guys, well, thanks for coming. And if you have any questions, again, my name is Belinda Foster, and this is our opportunity webinar. I'm going to post this recording in our team thread, and you guys have a great evening.